Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mark Clemens Postcards. It's Monday, so that means it's time for a new What Sold on eBay video. If you watched last week's video, you know that I decided to highlight our staff here at Mark Clemens Postcards. Perhaps some of you saw my original video a year ago when I introduced everybody here. And maybe you don't remember, or perhaps you're newer to this channel and are unfamiliar. So I decided to highlight my staff last week, where our focus was on Lucy. And this week, the focus is going to be on her mother, Ellie. Ellie is Lucy's mother, and she has been with us for 2 years now, and she's been a very important part of Mark Clemens Postcards. Along with Lucy, she helps to sort the postcards for listing on eBay, but her main job is really to just keep Lucy in line because she can be a little ADHD. Ellie helps to keep Lucy on track and get things done around the office. So today, thanks to Ellie, and a shout out to her for all her excellent work here at Mark Clemens Postcards. Okay, so I guess it's time to take a look at what sold on eBay this week. So with no more ado, because I think we need less ado around here, let's take a look at that. Our sales for the past week were $537.69. Ironically, it says that was up 1.5%, so that means the week before was worse than that. And we sold 45 items. That was down considerably from last week. And then, ironically again, our average sale price per item jumped up to $11.95, which was a large increase. So we were up and down in different categories. But let's see what makes up these numbers here. First item up for bid on The Price is Right. We have the Langacher's Cheese House in Kinzers, PA. That's a kind of an interesting chromatic card. You can see it was unused. And taking a closer look, there's the cheese house. It says Swiss cheese above the door. And they have rocks all over their roof for some reason. And there's some people standing out front. So nice chromatic card. That one sold for $7.95. I have to comment again that I really dislike this new thing eBay did, where when you click on one of your items, you go to this little thumbnail kind of thing, and then you have to click again to see the original listing. I really don't get what the point of that is, other than it now takes twice as many clicks to get where you want to go. But anyway, here's a really cool card. This is in Albany, New York. This is the E.W. Howe Company, and they are hauling something. I can't tell if that's coal or gravel or stone, what they're hauling, but they are hauling it in their Peerless 4-ton truck. And looking at the back, you can see this is actually a real photo postcard, and it is unused, and that is just a really neat view of an old truck. And this is also what I would consider an advertising type postcard. This one was originally listed for $74.95, and I took a offer, I believe it was $67 on this one. Next, we have a scene in Los Angeles, California. This is the residence of Francis Cadman. So it looks to be a white border card, not used, but it has some writing on the back. And there's a date of 1927 when they wrote on it. So if you ever wondered what Francis Cadman's house looked like, well, this is what it looks like. Now, I don't know who Francis Cadman was. Perhaps somebody out there knows who he or she was. But if you've ever wondered, this is what their house looked like. And this one sold for $4.95. Next up, we are in Gulfport, Mississippi. This is the Yacht Club as seen from the pier of the Yacht Harbor. Again, would say unused, but white border era. Nice clean condition on this one, and it sold for $5.95. Next up, we have a lot of cards. And what I mean by that is a collection of 100 cards. These are all comic or humor related cards. There you can see the first one says, "Now I lay me down to sleep." I don't know, I guess that man's drunk. Here's some people at the beach. "Stop your tickling, George." Here is a woman walking a bear. And Mary had a little bear too, and she was kind, and everywhere that Mary went, you saw her bear behind. Oh man, the humor back in the early 1900s was a little different than it was today. There's a child and her nurse, and so on and so on. There's some people getting seasick. There's a jackass. Any jackass can take a picture, so you get the gist. These are all supposed to be funny in some form or another, and some are and some aren't, but that's up to the viewer to decide, I guess. So these 100 cards sold for $21.95 plus shipping. Here's a view in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. This is the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad Station. It's kind of way down there. There you see the building down there. We're kind of looking down the track set. It is a divided back card posted in 1913. And this one was listed originally for $12.95. I took an offer of $11. Here's a view in Cottage City, Massachusetts. This is the Tabernacle in Trinity Park. This one got a little bit of edge damages. I don't know if you can see that over here. I can't really get to the edge when I magnify it, but it does have a little bit of edge damage. I think it has a tiny tear on the bottom edge. What's most interesting about this is a private mailing card, error card, and this one has a postmark, if we zoom in here, of 1901. Now that's getting back there. As I've said many times, not unusual to have cards that go back as far as 1906 or 1905. But anything before 1905, although they do pop up, I don't see them very often. So this one from 1901 is pretty cool. And this card, I believe it was originally listed for $9.95. I took an offer, and I don't remember what it was, but it was less than $9.95. So here's a view in Erie, Pennsylvania. This is at Waldameer Park, which was an amusement park. It says here, everybody is here but you. So get your butt over to Waldameer Park. It's a divided back card. It was posted in 1913. And there you go. It sold for $7.95. Here's a nice advertising card. This is Otto's Suburban Dairy in Zelienople, Pennsylvania. And here you can see the building, the dairy building, and all the delivery trucks parked there in the garage area. It is a linen card, and there's some more information on the back about the dairy, and it is not postally used. Not much room, you could write a message there, but as you can also see, it says a sample from Kurt Teak and Company. So a very nice linen postcard. It was listed at $24.95, and I took an offer of $19 on that one. Then we are going to Girard, Ohio, and this is a view of the Ohio Leather Company. There you can see the buildings there. It is a divided back card. It was postal used. Can't quite make out the year on that one. Early 1900s, obviously. and that card sold for $7.95. Here's some automobile advertising. This is featuring 1974 Pontiac Firebird Formula and Firebird Trans Am. So you can see two different vehicles there. Looking on the back, we can see it was posted in 1974. Yeah. And even though this is a fairly modern era card for sure, 1974, but it is still a standard size card, not a continental size card. So nice example of automobile advertising that sold for $7.95. More automobile advertising, but older for sure. This is a 1953 Oldsmobile Super 88 convertible coupe. And there we see this fella cruising down the street in his beautiful blue Oldsmobile convertible. And he's waving to this woman over here. And I'm sure she's quite impressed by his automobile. And looking on the back, we can see it was not postally used. It does have dealer information down here, F.J. Williams in Oakmont, Pennsylvania. And this one was originally listed for $8.95, and I took an offer of $7.50. Next buyer bought 3 cards, so we're going to look at 3 here in a row, all to the same buyer. The first one here is at Revere Beach in Massachusetts. This is on the beach looking toward the amusement area. Here in the background, you can see Ferris wheel and roller coaster over here. It is a Chrome Era card. It is not used. That one sold for $4.95. The next one, again to the same buyer. This one's in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Here we have some bathing beauties in the surf, and they're asking, how would you like to join us? Well, I can't swim, so I'm going to pass. But this is a divided back card. It was unused. You can see it's been in an album. You can see the shadows at the corners. And so those lovely ladies are frolicking in the surf, and that one sold for $5.95. Last card to the same buyer. Here we have a gentleman says, we're back to Revere Beach in Massachusetts, taking a sunbath after a dip in the ocean in the winter. So here we have this guy, not quite as attractive as the ladies that we just looked at. He's laying in the sand there in his underwear. This is a, what's wrong? It's not showing me the back of the card for some reason, even though it is over here. It is an undivided back card, and this one sold for $5.95. So that was a total, I believe, of $16.85 for 3 cards, all to one buyer. Next up is a laminated reproduction card. This is a view in Trafford, Pennsylvania of the high school. It originally was a real photo postcard. This particular card was made from an original postcard, which was copied and enlarged a little bit, and that was laminated with plastic on both sides. I have quite a bunch of these, probably about 1,500 of these, I think. And this particular one sold for $5.95. Then we're going to Rochester, New York. Here we have a scene at the public market. And you can see, looking a little closer, lots of horse-drawn wagons there. Everybody's at the market to pick up their supplies, whatever they may be. Here's a look at the back. It's a divided back card. It is not posted, and that one sold for $5.95. Now we'll go to Canada for a minute. Why does this keep popping up? Get out of here. This is the Canadian Pacific Railroad train, the Imperial Limited, in the Canadian Rockies. There you see the train coming around the bend. It is a divided back card, not posted. It was made in Great Britain, but it is a Canadian view, and that one sold for $7.95. This one is interesting because it's from in Great Salt Lake, Utah. I very, very rarely sell any card from Salt Lake, Utah, or Utah at all. This is a view of the Salt Air Pavilion at Great Salt Lake. It is a white border card. It is unused. And that one sold for $5.95. So don't lose hope of selling a Utah postcard. Apparently it is possible. Now we'll go to Cottage City, Massachusetts. We've visited Massachusetts a few times as we've looked through these. This is a view at Ocean Park. And you can see there, it's a park, and it's right bordering the ocean there. There's a steamship at the dock there. And it is an undivided back card. It was not posted either. Nice view there. That one sold for $7.95. This is an interesting card. This is a view of actress Evelyn Nesbit. She was an actress, I believe, in the early part of the century. And she was also a model, as I see here. This is a divided back card, not posted. And a real nice view. And I had trouble finding any comps for this when I first listed it. So I took a shot here and listed it at $49.95. And I got an offer on it, and we settled at $40. So very pleased with that sale, and it's a very nice clean card. I hope the buyer is happy when they receive it. Next up, we have a view in West Union, Ohio. This is Wilson's Children's Home, and you can see it through the trees. They're obscuring a lot of the building, but this walkway takes you right up to the building. It is a divided back card posted in 1907. It was originally listed for $24.95, and I took an offer of $23. And I think the last item up for today is not even a postcard. This is a little wall calendar, and it is from Jonesville, Michigan, and it's an advertising for J.J. Deal and Son, Buggies and Carts. And it was from 1908. It still has all the little calendar pages on there. None have been removed. There's a scene you can see in Yosemite Park of the Rainbow Falls. And it's a nice little calendar. It's about the size of a postcard. It's not that big. It's not like a giant wall calendar. Do I have the size here? Yeah, 3 1/4 by 6. So it's very close to the size of a postcard. But it's just a neat little calendar. And other than a couple little creases at the top, it's in very nice shape. Survived with all its calendar pages intact. And I thought that was quite a nice little advertising piece. And that sold for $24.95. So the cards I've shown you today were really some of my better sales for the week. So just in the interest of fairness and balance, I thought I'd throw this one in. This is one of my lower sales for the week. This is a view in Detroit, Michigan. We're looking over an aerial view of Briggs Stadium and the skyline of Detroit. This was the home of the Tigers at one time. It is a linen card. It is unposted. This one was originally listed for $5.95, and I took an offer of $3.50. Before we go any further with this nonsense, I would ask you, please, if you like this video, if you're enjoying it, give us a like. When you like our videos, that's like petting Ellie and Lucy on the head, and they really like when you do that. Also, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. Every time I get a new subscriber, I get a cookie, so I like that. And if you have anything to say about the content of our videos, please feel free to leave a comment below. And I usually respond to every comment, so let me know what you think.
Sit tight while I fill her up and check your oil. You might want to check out the reptile zoo while you're here. Just watch out for that baby alligator. He's got teeth like needles.
All right, while Ed fills up the car, let's take a look at some of these gas station postcards. First of all, we are looking at a card from Alton Bay, New Hampshire, and there's the Reptile Zoo and Gift Shop. If you want to go in there, as he said, be careful of that baby alligator. They have teeth like needles. Pretty cool linen era card here. And the reason it is in our gas station collection because there's gas pumps right over here to the left, as you can see. This looks like a pretty cool place I would have liked to go into as a kid. Next up, another linen era card. This is in Williamstown, Kentucky. This is the Halfway House Restaurant, Cabins, and Service Station. I don't think they mean the halfway house in the way that you might think. So this is your all-purpose roadside stop. You've got your restaurant there, you've got your gas pumps, and cabins that you can stay overnight. You can see the pumps there to the left and the big sign above that lets you know as you drive along the road that this is a good place to stop. Next up, this one actually isn't a gas station. This is a Chevrolet dealer. This is Krieg Brothers Chevrolet Company in Thrall, Texas. And it's just in under my gas station postcards because I thought it was a cool card, and I don't have a category for car dealerships, so I put it in there. Next up, we have a real photo postcard. This is in Somerset, Pennsylvania. This is Showman's Green Meadow Tea Room on Route 31. You can see that to the left, couple cars parked outside, and then to the right, we have our gas station, our gas pumps, and we have Sinclair Gas here. We have seen in Bamberg, South Carolina. This is Hughes Motor Court and Grill. We can see the motor court here to the right and the grill here to the left, and also out front of the grill we have our gas pumps, and they are selling Gulf gas. Next up is let's see, this is Around the Clock Cafe. This is located in Oneonta, Alabama. And you can see the cafe there. This is a Chrome era card. Some nice signage here over here. And you can barely see a gas pump above the bed of this truck. But that's just enough to get it into the gas station category. Looking around, we can see in the window it says breakfast, air conditioned, dinners, chicken, seafood, steaks. They got it all here. Better view over here to the right is some more gas pumps. Nice big sign there, says Round the Clock Drive-In. They feature jumbo malts and Pan Am gas. Next we have a view in Brooklyn, New York. This is Lantern Motors. Again, it is not technically a gas station. It's an auto dealership. They feature used cars, as you can see by the sign. And it's in my gas station collection again, because I don't have a category for car dealerships, so that's where I put it. Here's a scene in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This is Automobile Service Station on Baum Boulevard and Melwood Avenue. You can see this is a really old-timey one. This is a divided back card. And there are the pumps out front, and there's some antique automobiles getting serviced there. Next up, we are in, well, it says, between the bridges at Portsmouth, New Hampshire and Kittery, Maine. So this is Cookson's. Zooming in a little closer. Cookson's Roof Garden, you see that up there, and Cooks, I can't read the sign very well, but there's some gas pumps outside. They got that Texaco star, so we can identify them that way. So it appears to be a gas station as well as a restaurant, and it is a white border era card. Next up is the Pryor Oil Company in Portersville, Pennsylvania. And yes, I'm pretty sure there's some gas pumps way over here to the left. You can barely see them. This is a Linden era card. They also have, as we look to the left, a restaurant. It says restaurant, ice cream, 24-hour service. Next, we are in Massachusetts on the Mohawk Trail. This is the Totem Trading Post and Tea Room. It's a white border era card. Zooming in a little bit. You can see the trading post there, and there is a lone gas pump out front. So, but that's all we needed. So, the this is tea room over here, and so this is the trading post over here to the left, and there's an antique auto. Next up, sorry, it shouldn't be zoomed in. This is in Wind Gap, Pennsylvania. This is the Deerfoot Inn. And zooming in a little bit, we see the gas pumps here to the left. They have Sunoco and standard gasoline. And up on the roof there, it says Deerfoot Inn, just a good place to eat. So good enough for me. That is the white border era card. Next up, we have the, Pennsylvania Independent Oil Company Incorporated in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And we can see gas pumps out front. This is like a service station here. It is not a restaurant, it's a service station with your gas pumps out front. And that is a white border era card. Let's see. I think I skipped a couple here. Let me go back and see. Yes, I did. Sorry about that. This is in the Berkshires in Massachusetts. This is the Summit House, top of Jacob's Ladder. And again, got to zoom in and see what's going on. I see a sign there for dinner. Can't read that one. This is the Jacob's Ladder gift shop. Way over here, we got some gas pumps. I see Coca-Cola signs and a mobile gas. There's the Pegasus there. And they even have a tower. I guess you could probably go up this tower and get a view around. Probably a pretty good view from up there. This is a Linden era card. Next up is, we are in Bangor, Pennsylvania. This, again, is the Pennsylvania Independent Oil Company service station and restrooms, and they've got a really big sign above the building there. They feature Penteco gas and motor oils, Mobile Oil, and Victor tires. There you can see the pumps prominently out front. This is a white border era card. This is a view in Watkins Glen, New York. This is Watkins Glen Service, repairs and storage. And again, they have the gas pumps out front. Cars parked for 25 cents. Have your car serviced here while visiting the Glen. And this one we looked at a little bit ago. I got out of order. Again, the Pennsylvania Independent Oil Company in Allentown, a white border card. This is a Chrome era card. This is in Bliss, Idaho. This is the Circle Bar Rancho Cafe, service station, motel, and bar. So you got, again, a little bit of everything here. Zooming in, you can see this is a Chrome era card. There's your motel back there. There's your gas pumps. This looks like the cafe over here, and maybe the bar is in there. Maybe it's over here, not sure. But a lot going on in that one. Next up, this is a typical Gulf service station where you may procure Supreme Auto Oil, Gulf, No-Nox Motor Fuel, and that good Gulf gasoline and Gulf service. So this one is not a particular location. Obviously, this is a particular location, but they're not identifying it. They're just presenting this as a typical Gulf service station, and this is a linen era card. Now we are in Never Sink, New York. This is a black and white view posted in 1941, and we've got a bunch of people standing outside. This would be, it says Nancy's Inn. This would be the inn here where all these people are standing, and out front we got some gas pumps, and they feature Gulf gasoline. Then we go to Massillon, Ohio. This is the Woodland Inn on Route 30. So that would be the Lincoln Highway, I presume. There's the Woodland Inn, some Coke signs above the building there. There's your gas pumps. Atlantic Gas is featured here. And that is a black and white, but a chrome era card. Here's a scene at Canosa Lake, New York. And if we look in, this must be the lake here to the extreme right, and we see all kind of people lined up along the bank there fishing. So obviously a very popular fishing spot. And across the road, we have a little cafe. It says lunch, coffee, all kind of signage there. Coca-Cola, soda. They got a barber there. You can get tires. And some other signs that I can't quite read. And there's your gas pumps right there. So a little bit of everything there. And it seems like they're in a good spot because they got a bunch of potential customers right across the road fishing there. Again, black and white view. And that would have been made in the chrome era. This one is on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. This is the famous Midway rest stop. And at one time they featured, well, they still have gas pumps there, but not these ones. These have been removed. And at this time they had Esso gas, and there you can see the attendants out front. This particular rest stop has made some changes over the year, although the main building is pretty much the same as it was originally. And this rest stop also features an underground tunnel that goes under the turnpike to the rest station immediately across the road from it. So you have one for your eastbound lane and one for your westbound lane. Here we are in Rockwood, Tennessee. This is Peggy Ann's Hotel and Cafe. Let's zoom in a bit. There you see the sign, Peggy Ann Hotel and Cafe. Got rooms. There they have gas pumps. There's a bus pulled up to the front there. Here's the rest of the building. It says up here, official Greyhound meal stop. Official Greyhound meal stop. This is a real photo postcard, and it was posted in 1944. So that was during World War II. And last card for today, as far as gas stations go, here is the Harrison Auto Court and Service Station. They have modern cabins, pure water, cool nights, and no mosquitoes. And this is in Harrison, Nebraska. So zooming in a bit, there's your gas pumps. Look like they have a couple different brands, but Mobil Gas kind of jumps out there with the Pegasus and a Mobil oil sign. It says Quaker State. There's a car pulled up there. You can see some signage on the building. Moving to the left, there's some little cabins you can see in the background. And Mobil Gas, Mobil Oil again. So lots of signage there. That is a chrome era card. And that pretty much wraps up our look at some gas stations for this week. Appreciate you taking a look at those with me. Well, that's it for us. We got to get going. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.